This is CBS7 First Alert Weather Day. Now, an update from the First Alert Weather Center.
Well, we are starting to see some thunderstorms develop across the western Permian Basin. Let's get right to the radars and show you what is going on as we're seeing that activity where the intersection of a dry line and a cold front that's happening here along the Texas-New Mexico state line. We'll zoom in and show you some isolated to widely scattered showers, thunder showers, nothing too heavy here. Northwestern portions of Winkler County, northwest of Kermit, and moving off to the north and northeast. So areas around Jowl, south and west could be dealing with a shower, maybe a rumble of thunder mixed in. We have seen a little bit of an increase in activity though up State Highway 18 towards the Hobbs area and moving off to the northeast. So this is what we'll be watching here over the next few hours as that front moves across with the possibility of more scattered showers and thunderstorms, and one or two could be on the strong to severe side, especially as we get in across the northern and eastern Permian Basin overnight tonight. Large hail, strong damaging winds being the biggest threat if anything does become severe. Again, take a look at that futurecast. It shows that line hustling rather quickly off to the northeast and up towards the Lubbock area by 1 o'clock in the morning as that front does move across. May see a little more activity here, scrape the Big Lake area up towards Sterling City and move over towards the San Angelo area, but then we'll be done after that overnight tonight. The winds, as we look at that thunderhead back off to the west on our live eye cam in Odessa, well, you can see where the dry line is located here, and those winds gusting upwards to 30 miles an hour to 41 miles an hour right around the Wink area at the present time. So again, this will be the favorite area for some thunderstorms to develop here over the next hour or so.
Thanks for joining us for CBS7 News on the CW. We'll have another First Alert weather update for you in just a few minutes. I'm Lauren Munt, and we start tonight with our top story. 47-year-old Charlotte Latasha Pegues has pled guilty to exploitation of a disabled individual. She took a plea deal. She was originally arrested in August of 2023. According to the district attorney's office, Pegues was sentenced to 10 years in prison, but that sentence was probated for 5 years. This means that Pegues will not serve prison time as long as the probation is completed successfully. Pegues will also have to pay over $5,000 to Cordarius. That's the amount of money she collected from welfare for him, even though she wasn't taking care of him. You may remember Cordarius was originally found in Midland wandering the streets in January of 2023. Investigators originally believed that he was a minor, but it was later revealed that he's actually 24. According to the district attorney's office, because he's not a child, Pegues can only be charged with exploitation. For more information on the full case, you can go to our website, CBS7.com. Continuing to track crime here, a Mexican national who tried to enter the Presidio port of entry carrying drugs has been sentenced to 10 years in prison. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, 35-year-old Marcos Ledesma Campos had 69 bundles of drugs in his gas tank. Those bundles contained 5 pounds of fentanyl and 75 pounds of meth. Campos pleaded guilty on January 24th, and he was sentenced yesterday in Alpine Federal Court. And the Odessa Police Department is searching for 44-year-old Christopher Simpson. He was last seen in the 2500 block of South Highway 385. He was wearing a blue long-sleeve shirt and brown shorts. Anyone with information in reference to his whereabouts are encouraged to call either OPD or Odessa Crime Stoppers. And this evening, the running and cycling community honored the lives of Mike Mestas and Cameron Stotts. 6 years ago, both of them were killed by a drunk driver while they were riding their bikes on the side of the road in Midland. Bikers and runners of Midland spent the evening gathered along Highway 158 between 191 and West County Road 60. During the ceremony, members of the community hung their used shoes on the fence near where their friends were killed. Organizers say events like this are held to raise awareness of pedestrian fatalities.
This is evident. There's plenty of evidence of this continuing to go on. Right now, we've had folks that were struck by cars earlier this year, and so it's unfortunately not stopping.
In October, the Midland Run Crew will host the Energy City Half Marathon, organized by Cameron and Mike. The organization is also currently working to create a safe bike trail for the community in their honor. And summer is approaching. In Alpine, that means that Cowboy baseball returns to Coconut Field. However, that could be in jeopardy because the Cowboys, Alpine ISD, and Sul Ross University have not come to an agreement on the price to lease the field.
Well, we have Alpine in our name, so we are definitely, if we have to go blade a field at our ranch or something to have baseball, we'll do it.
Since 2011, the Alpine Cowboys have been leasing Coconut Field for 3.5 months each summer. At first, the organization paid $11,000 to $16,000 up front. Then the agreement changed. Instead of making one-time payments, they agreed to pay with in-kind/agreements to maintain the stadium, including painting the walls, repairing, replacing, and upgrading sections of the field, and maintenance costs. Since then, the Alpine Cowboys have been paying less to lease the field, but now, weeks before the start of the season, it's being changed to a flat-rate fee.
And the reasoning for that is there is millions of dollars of deferred maintenance at this field, and we're working on both short-term and long-term solutions to address that.
The maintenance that Dr. Reinhardt is referring to is upgrading lights, plumbing, and electricity. However, management for the Alpine Cowboys believes they were told about this new system a little too late.
We were just approached with this April 8th, and so we've already set our budget. We already have everything in line. The economy has not helped either. So we're trying to negotiate at least down to the amount that we know we can pay.
The amount that the Cowboys can pay is around $5,000. However, the school and university believe $10,000 is a fair amount.
So the $10,000 we feel like is below what's been written into the lease in these different provisions over the last 15 years. We think it's also a fair market rate based on looking at other similar leases across the league.
Cavness says that being a nonprofit, they aren't able to meet these high payments, especially one-time payments. But they feel the work they put into maintaining the field should also count in their favor.
We keep this field maintained. All of our baseball players come out here and hand-pick grass and do all these wonderful things to keep this field nice, and it saves Sul Ross money from having to do that and hire a maintenance crew and so forth, so on and so forth. So we've been doing that since 2011 as well.
Alpine ISD and Sul Ross agreed to bring down the price to $7,500, but negotiations are still underway.
That was CBS7's Noe Ortega reporting. Dr. Reinhardt believes that in the next Alpine ISD Board of Trustees meeting, they will come to an agreement and the Alpine Cowboys baseball will return to Coconut Field. This Saturday, for $6 a ticket, a person can get a full breakfast, a raffle ticket, and free entertainment from 7:30 in the morning to 10:30 in the morning. The We Serve Breakfast is a 31-year tradition. 7 food sponsors provide the food, and all of the proceeds go to local and international Lions Club causes, like the Eyeglass Recycling Center or Midland College scholarships. Support like that is what kept tickets at $6 for 15 years.
In today's day and age, with such things as inflation, nowadays to keep a price that low and to provide the full breakfast, I think makes a difference to people. It allows not only individuals but families to come and enjoy it with us.
They'll be serving up sausage biscuits, scrambled eggs, potatoes, fruit, coffee, milk, and juice. Tickets are available at the door. We have breaking news for you now. A minor has been arrested in relation to a shooting. Around 4:45 this afternoon, Midland police were dispatched to the Compass Points apartment in reference to a gunshot victim. When they arrived, they found a female gunshot victim. The investigation revealed that a juvenile suspect went to the apartment with the intention of robbing another juvenile male. During a physical fight between the two, the gun was fired once. The victim has been taken to Midland Memorial Hospital, and the suspect was arrested for aggravated robbery and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And food, fashion, and all that jazz. No, those aren't the lyrics from a Broadway musical. It's the name of a style show and luncheon organized by the Pilot Club of Odessa. The Pilot Club of Odessa is a 45-year-old service club that branches from Pilot International, but members aren't the kind of pilots you're thinking of. As they like to say, we don't fly planes, we save brains.
To raise money for our different charities we donate to here in Ector County every year. And we do sometimes the honor flight. We do disabled veterans at the past. We've done to the sheriff's office. We have several charities that we donate to.
If you'd like to support the Pilot Club of Odessa's next event, they will have a car show next Saturday, May 4th at Crossroads Church in Odessa. Information about that is up on our website, CBS7.com. Still ahead, more protests sweeping college campuses across the nation. Up next, we'll take a look at what happened at UT Austin. Students at the University of Texas Austin campus walked out of class yesterday. You remember we told you about that. They were demanding that UT Austin stop investing in manufacturers which supply weapons in the Israel-Hamas war. An hour later, Texas law enforcement agencies responded to the hundreds and chaos broke out. Abigail Viejas reports.
This was supposed to be a peaceful demonstration.
Chaos erupts on the University of Texas at Austin's campus during a pro-Palestine protest Wednesday afternoon.
The original itinerary of this sit-in included scholastic teach-ins, but the presence of police with batons, chemical weapons, pepper bullets is making us all on edge.
UT students in support of Palestine plan to walk out on campus Wednesday morning to show their solidarity. The plan was to march and protest across the university, but that was cut short when students were met by multiple law enforcement agencies brought in to control the crowds.
Every escalation has been done by the police.
Students were banned from stepping on the lawn. Law enforcement agencies surrounded the grass, and when students came close, they were met with force.
Our money should not be funding a genocide. That is the simplest message.
As a result, on multiple occasions, the CBS Austin news crew ended up being pushed over and shoved. Several students were detained during the protest, and 2 local media members arrested.
This has evolved way further than it has because of the free speech. I've talked to a few kids here, my friends. I was like, oh, I didn't know you were supporting Palestine. And they're like, no, I just saw all the arrests and think this is crazy.
Students say the purpose of their message ended up being blurred when tensions peaked because of the heavy police presence. But students say they came by the hundreds to make their voices heard.
Please stop taking our money and giving it to weapons manufacturers. It's not okay with us, and we have a right to make that declaration.
Continuing in your news across Texas, a suspect is now in custody after a student was killed in a shooting yesterday afternoon on the campus of James Bowie High School in Arlington, according to the Arlington Independent School District. Yesterday, Bowie ISD was placed on Bowie High School, was placed on lockdown at 2:50 p.m. because of an on-campus shooting outside of the school building. Responding officers found the victim, an 18-year-old student, on the ground, unresponsive, and they performed life-saving measures as they waited for paramedics to arrive. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. Arlington Police Chief Al Jones said the victim was shot 5 or 6 times. The suspect, a 17-year-old. He tried to flee the campus, but police found him, and he was taken into custody without incident. Officials said that the police believe the suspect and victim, both students, knew each other. Arlington PD has not identified the suspect yet, but said he will be charged with 1 count of murder.
Well, we are going to be seeing more scattered showers and thunderstorms developing along this cool front moving in from the west. We'll get you up to date on everything coming up next.
This is a CBS7 First Alert Weather Day. Now, an update from Chief Meteorologist Tom Tieferteller.
Well, we are tracking a few thunderstorms now forming up along a cold front moving in across the western Permian Basin. Here's the latest look at the radar showing you a small area kind of lined up from Jal up towards western Andrews County and just west of Seminole right now, dealing with some thunderstorm activity. We'll zoom in and show you everything just south of the Jal area. Nothing looking severe or very heavy at the present time, but some brief heavy downpours, some pea-sized hail, not out of the question with this activity. And it may increase in intensity a little bit as it does move off to the northeast at about 20 miles an hour. Now, the severe weather outlook is showing more scattered thunderstorms in the forecast as we move in towards the evening. Overnight hours is what we're going to be looking at. And taking a look at that future cast, again, we are going to be seeing that this thunderstorm activity is going to continue to develop and move off to the north and northeast up towards the Lubbock area where everything starts to calm down. Now, taking a look at the winds, we are looking at those winds out of the south. Very gusty, upwards to 20 miles an hour plus, and gusts have been upwards all the way to 41 in the Wink area, gusts to 33 in Odessa, and gusts to 37 in Midland. So again, you can see the winds coming together right here. That's where that dry line cool front is starting to move across. Again, we do have red flag warnings up west of this area for about another couple of hours for a critical to extreme fire danger that we're currently dealing with. Taking a look at those high wind warnings, they are up across portions of Culberson into Eddy County, New Mexico for the gusts that have been upwards to 50 miles an hour to 60 miles an hour, and wind advisories in effect until the early morning hours across Lee County, New Mexico for gusts up to 55 miles an hour out of all of that. So again, we're going to see milder temperatures as wind comes around to the west a lot more and stays rather gusty into the overnight hours. Now, as we take a look at, again, the radar right now, I want to show this wider view here where we have a significant weather advisory in effect across portions of Gaines County for the possibility of upwards to maybe some pea to dime size hail, wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour out of everything, because that's where we are seeing the gustiest winds at the present time. And again, those red flag warnings are in effect. It's all being kicked off by this big storm system here across the Four Corners area, and this dry line, cold front trailing out of that system, moving in across portions of far west Texas. Again, things are going to move across rather quickly and be out of the area by midnight or so. So for tonight, we're going to be looking for more of a west wind in the forecast, very gusty overnight tonight, upwards to 30 to 40 miles an hour, and temperatures a little cooler into the upper 50s. And then tomorrow, looking at the low 80s out there across portions of West Texas, and then plenty of wind on the way for Friday and into the weekend with heightened fire danger concerns.
The NFL draft began today and it'll run through Saturday. Heart health has taken on more significance in the league after the Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin suffered cardiac arrest during a game last year. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette reports from New York on how Hamlin has become an ambassador to improve the response to cardiac emergencies.
Bills safety Damar Hamlin has returned to life as normal, on and off the field. But now part of his daily routine revolves around his heart after he suffered cardiac arrest during a game in Cincinnati in January 2023.
Make sure you take preventative measures, get screening and, just check up on your health, but also know the, reactive measures.
Hamlin recently took part in an event in New York City as captain of HeartMates, a partnership with the medical device company Abbott to build a community of those who know the struggle of heart conditions, including 8-year-old Tony Daly from Las Vegas, who underwent surgery to close a hole in his heart when he was born premature.
We like to think of him as our miracle baby and as a way of spreading it back to everybody that may be in a similar situation.
Hamlin's cardiac arrest on the field helped a national TV audience see the importance of access to defibrillators and learning how to perform CPR.
You could learn CPR and, you can save a life. You're just as good as Superman.
Cardiologists say it's also imperative to keep your heart healthy, so emergency steps won't be needed.
The simple stuff really matters, and so blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, staying active, not smoking, eating a healthy diet, maintaining good stress levels, sleeping well.
That resonates with Lakeisha Brown from Houston, who developed advanced heart failure and received an Abbott heart device. She sees how Hamlin's heart crisis has improved awareness.
People are becoming more aware. If they're not feeling well or that type of thing, they'll go to the doctor, I think, a little bit more.
She knows firsthand that taking action is vitally important to recovery. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, New York.
All right, Tom, check this out. This is a stunning new image of the glowing gas that was emitted by a dying star. The image of the Little Dumbbell Nebula, with its unique namesake shape, was captured by the Hubble Space Telescope to celebrate the 34th anniversary of the Space Observatory's launch on April 24th, 1990. That's really crazy.
Yeah.
It's a really long time.
It is, and we'll supposedly have something that's going to go supernova here between now and September in the sky, making for a bright flash. We've got a few bright flashes, lightning out there with some scattered strong to severe storms now. We'll zoom in and show you a little activity around the Jowl area moving off to the north and northeast, but the heaviest stuff is up in Gaines County, moving in towards Seminole with the possibility of quarter-size hail, wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour, as it does move off to the northeast at about 30 miles an hour.
All right, y'all stay safe, and thanks for watching CBS 7 News at 9 on the CW. Stick around. We've got more news coming up. CBS7 News.